Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday night live stream. This is our hangout show, and this is where, kind of like when we do Rogues Gallery, we have a lot of topics and specific things we want to talk about. But these Sunday night live shows are basically just your show. It's what you guys want to talk about. I'm going to put your comments on the screen, and anything that's on your mind or want to know or talk about. Again, it's your show. So I am joined by Eric B. I asked the guys if anybody wanted to join me tonight, and Eric was free. So, but Eric has had a really busy weekend. And so I thought we would just, first of all, kick off the show welcoming everybody. But then I want to talk to Eric a little bit about his experiences this weekend. He went to Philadelphia Fan Expo, or Fan Expo Philadelphia, whatever you want to call it. And so I thought maybe you'd want to talk a little bit about that since you were able to join us. So anyway, let me say hello to some folks real quick. We got Board Cube 1 of 2. The Batmobile broke its wheel and the Joker got away. Yes, it did indeed. Thank you very much for being here. We've got our resident favorite Poison Ivy collector, Julia Rose, in the house. Hello, Julia. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Jim Richards is in the house. Hello to you. We've got Batman Collector in the house. Knight. We got Brotherhood member Mitchell Green. Agent 37. Henry is in the house. Superman is here with us again. Mitchell says, finishing a movie with my wife. I'll be sort of here for a bit. All right. Well, there you go. I'm glad you can be here with us. Y2 the Killer. What's up, everyone? Hello to you. Hello to you, Saket. I hope I said that right. The Namek in the house, Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday evening, everyone, and hope everybody's having a great one. Thank you very much. George is in the house. Hello to you. Board Cube 1 of 2 says, hey, Eric, great con footage. So again, we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Michael says, hi, I'll catching you live from the UK this week. Unfortunately, laid up with a bad case of the sea on my vacation. Hope you are all doing good. Sorry to hear that. It seems like I've actually heard of a number of people overseas that are getting, a bad case of the sea. And so I'm really sorry to hear that. I know our friend Art Statue Collector mentioned that he has it this week as well and was going to postpone some unboxings. So I hope it's not starting to resurge a little bit, but hopefully everybody takes care of themselves. Get some good rest and drink lots of water. Thanks to Eric and Jeff for the great post. Yeah, our good friend Jeff Delaney, obviously at Secret Sanctuary. He was at Monster Palooza from this weekend, which was really great. And there was also a really great event in Nevada this week, which is really great. I've actually got somebody there as we speak right now that's filming kind of like the event tour for the channel. And so I know like Jim Lee was there and David Finch and some other people. So seemed like a really fun show. Hopefully Eric's wallet isn't crying. I know he definitely spent some money behind him there. We'll get to that here in just a second too. JR Collection Games, yo, Brotherhood member. Thank you guys. Ryan Maiden. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. Definitely cheaper than me going. And that's a great thing is if we could bring you guys footage, it definitely lets you feel like you're there. That's for sure. I know I've done that in the past where I've gone to Singapore Comic-Con through the YouTube and felt like I was right there with everybody. Bat Beast in the house. Hello, another Brotherhood member. Thank you. Another Brotherhood member, Cosmic Fortress. Thank you very much. Says hello, Chris and Eric in chat. Thank you very much for being here. Jonathan is here. We've got Nate here. We got the douchebag 16 in the house. I love it. Thank you very much. Hello. We got the world's largest Batman collector, Brad Ladner in the house. Guinness Book World. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. That's right. There's always going to be. We like multiply like the talents. Court of Owls. Epic artwork you snagged. Congrats, Eric. Yeah, exactly. Again, we're going to talk about that here in just a second. Batbeast, Chris, your video today got me pumped for my Fabok Batman when it comes from spec. Yeah, I did my countdown video, so I won't spoil it, but you probably can figure it out because it is a fantastic piece. I know Eric loves his. I love mine. I know Dan loves his. It is just a great piece. Not just overseas. This is day 10. So yeah, I forgot. Brad Ladner also has the C. Just got my smell back. That is not good. It's freaking me out a little bit that so many people are getting sick again. Ronaldo Rodriguez in the house. Hello to you, Ronaldo. Thank you for being here and thank you for being a member. I'm sorry, I missed your comment, Kevin. Hey, Chris and Eric, how did you know we needed this chat again? It's been a minute since we've done the Sunday night. So again, I want to thank Eric for taking the time to hang out with us tonight. Only 6 days here, but can't quit coffee and taste is off. So man, that's not good. Tyler is in the house. Was there any precautions at the Fan Expo?
No.
The last two that I went to was San Diego and New York, and both of those had, masks and everything else still. I was just curious if there was any protocol at all this time.
Not at all. I was actually joking around with my daughter because I felt like the security to get your photos from the celebrities was tighter than the security to actually get into the place.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Hello to you. We've got Keith Reed saying hello. Raymond in the house. Saw Jeff's video on the Tweeterhead booth with Two Faces full base, and it looks great. I may just have to pick it up. It's fantastic. The one that was in that video is the exact same one that I had here. I shipped it off to Dave Igo and for that event. And so, again, what you saw there is exactly the same. It's awesome. Sebastian Espinoza, I should see you hopefully in a matter of days, my friend, down in Dallas. Jeff has posted some really fantastic content from the convention that he's attending. Yes, again, that is Monster Palooza, which is, actually had a pretty good statue representation. Had a couple of different companies there.
Yeah.
I saw yesterday Prime 1 gave us an ES on both versions of their Penguin. Only 400 pieces total. Not a good sign for other villains. Unfortunate. I thought I saw 500. I don't know. I think I saw 500. So maybe I saw it wrong. I know that the Batman on the tower was like, what was it, 150, something like that?
Yeah, around 100, something like that.
Yeah, it was really low. We got Kevin Dark Ranger 7 in the house, Brotherhood member, evening BSC fam. Hey, Chris and Eric. Chris, you got to take your boys to see Spider-Verse. It was insanely good. That is on my list to see, although I haven't seen the first one. So I need to watch the first one first. But I don't know about you, Eric, but every review I've seen has been phenomenal.
Yeah, same. Online reviews have been great, and people that I've spoken to in person all say great things about that movie. So
it's awesome. Benny, hello from Sweden. That's awesome. I hope to visit Sweden someday. I am Swedish, so that would be awesome to visit. I hope you're doing well there. Two-Face is a no-brainer. I agree with you, Kevin. Sebastian says, "Yep, hope to see you there. Should be a great show. Yeah, hopefully we will make that happen." Alex the Geek, sending good vibes. Thank you. For the love of all that is holy, tell Prime 1 to feed me that beautiful tactical throne Batman. Nom nom. Yeah, no kidding. It's hopefully going to come out soon. Do we have an ES on Sideshow Penguin yet? Let me look it up because I think it's not there yet. But I think it's been selling not too bad. Let's see. Does it have an ES? Nope. Still to be determined. Still to be determined. We got Krista Cream Donuts in the house. Good evening, Chris and Eric in the chat. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Hope you did too, Krista. And Dylan Hicks in the house. Hello to you. So again, we got a really great crew tonight. Again, 74 of you watching, guys. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you would do that. That really does help us out tremendously. So again, this is your show. If you guys want to talk about certain things, but I'm going to take just a little bit of time here at the beginning to talk to Eric about Fan Expo Philadelphia. I am going to be at Dallas Fan Expo next weekend, and I'm really excited about that. But looked like you had a really good time. So give us the highlights. What did you do?
All right, so I've never been to any Fan Expo. Well, maybe that's not true. I'm not sure, but I've definitely never been to Philadelphia. It's actually not too far from me. It's only about an hour and a half away from me. I've been to Pennsylvania a million times. I've just never been into the actual city of Philadelphia. So it was very cool to see like all the historic towns and buildings. There's a lot of history in that town. Yeah, the highlight just to go there. One was it was close by. Two, I've always heard great things about it. I wanted to go last year. I didn't have the opportunity to go last year. And the third reason, they had Hayden Christensen there. They actually had a really great celebrity lineup. Hayden Christensen, Darth Vader. They had a lot of the cast from Back to the Future. They had a lot of the cast from the TV show Arrow, The Flash. Who am I forgetting? There was just a really pretty good celebrity lineup overall.
Who was there from Back to the Future?
So you had Michael J. Fox, you had Christopher Lloyd, and you had the guy that plays Biff. I forget his name.
Oh yeah, I would love to meet him. I really want to meet.
And then they also had the DeLorean. We could take pictures with the DeLorean.
That's cool. That's neat. I bet the prices for Michael J. Fox were probably pretty expensive.
Yeah, I really wanted to do that one. I really wanted to do at least Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. But it was just too much.
Yeah,
what I wanted to spend.
Well, you mentioned Hayden Christensen is right here. So this is Eric and his daughter, and so this is really really cool to see. So what was it like being in there? So like, I usually do when I meet the celebrities. I usually do like at the table, like the selfies.
Yeah.
But I have done a few of the ones where you go through the curtain and you're in this big line. And I met Michael Rooker, and it was literally, you walk in, you look at the camera, you smile, and then they just push you out. Basically, it's like there's like no interaction. Although I did say something to him about being at Sideshow, and he's like, oh, he laughed. He's like, yeah, it was really cool. But it was like wham, bam, 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 bam. Was that what it was like with him? Like when you got in that room? So tell us what that's like.
It was insane. So doing this whole celebrity signing thing is something new to me. That's just like I'm trying to find like new things to do at the conventions. I think it was last year I did so man, what's his name? Geez, I can't believe I forget his name. The voice actor for Batman. I can't believe
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. How to forget his name? So I did Kevin Conroy for the first time last year. So I was like, all right, let me start doing like some celebrity autographs. And it was insane. Like I was expecting this convention to be like very small. There was a lot of people, and it was very Star Wars oriented because of, I guess, Hayden was there. So like it felt like the entire, like a lot of the vendors and a lot of the cosplayers were all dressed like in Star Wars stuff. So I almost felt like I was at like a Star Wars convention. And then actually going to see Hayden was insane. There was just so many people online for him. Like I had a scheduled set time to where I was going to go see him, and I thought it was going to be the same thing as meeting Kevin Conroy. Like, okay, get there and it'll be like 20-30 minutes in line. I had a set time to go meet him, and I still had to wait 2 hours in line just to get to see him.
You are kidding.
Yeah, it was insane.
So was that what it was though? Like you walked in there, did you shake his hand or anything, or just?
Oh yeah, it was very quick. I said hello to him. He's very soft spoken. He's like, hey, how's it going? I didn't want to be like one of those people that start like trying to start a conversation with the guy. I see there's like 1,000 people behind me online that want to get in there too. So took the picture and got out. And then I was telling you guys, it was funny. So we were leaving the convention, and I'm walking behind the convention, down some back alley road, and I saw him outside with his security at the back door outside, just smoking a cigarette. And nobody's bothering him. I think most people probably wouldn't even recognize him. He's wearing a hat. He's even wearing a hat in the photo.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting out there smoking a cigarette. I walked right by him. I just give him a head nod. I didn't want to bother him outside. I'm sure he gets bothered all the time by people. Yeah. So I just was like, hey, I just kept walking.
That's awesome. Well, that was awesome. You got to meet him, and then also you got to meet Tara, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, she is a voice actress for a million things, but I of course know her from the Arkham games. She is Harley Quinn from the Arkham games. Of course, Arlene Sorkin was the one from the animated series. But I've met her before. We did a little promo together, and she was really, really cool. I'm assuming you had a really good experience with her in this.
I was surprised she was doing, like, I had to do a professional photo for this one. So like when you met her, you probably met her like just at her booth, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, some reason she actually had a pretty long line. Actually, I was surprised for a professional photo op. And like my daughter especially knows her from, she does the voice for Powerpuff Girls, My Little Pony. She does Raven from Teen Titans Go. She does Batgirl from the older series. So she does a lot of voices. Harley Quinn, obviously. So I thought it'd be, just cool to go meet her. I would have preferred to walk up to her booth and not pay a professional photo price, but
Yeah, the booth prices tend to be cheaper, and that's why I've done it. That's like I don't care if it's a selfie. I just wanted to like say hello, and I remember the price was $50 to do the little promo, and it could be whatever length it was. And she just said, "Oh, you're watching the Batman statue collector," and she was doing the Harley Quinn
I
voice.
remember that. I would have loved to be like, hey, can you do some voices for me? But again, I didn't want to be like a nuisance. But just hearing her speak in general, she has a very high pitched voice because she's very small. So you hear it like right away, even like when she's talking normal, it sounds like she's doing like a character voice.
Yeah, it was really cool when I met her. So I'm glad you got to meet her too. But so what else did you do? Did you meet any artists, or what else did you do at the show?
I did not do much with Artist Alley. They did have an Artist Alley. It was like one aisle across the the side wall. Not too many big names. Like I was telling you earlier, they had Dan Slott was probably the biggest name, and Joe Caseta, I believe, was probably the other big name. The other guys I'm not too familiar with that were there. They had a lot of great vendors. And then, like I said, like in general, the crowd just felt like an entire Star Wars crowd. Like I felt like I was at a Star Wars convention. Like everybody was just dressed up in like Mandalorian gear or stormtroopers or lightsabers everywhere. It was pretty cool.
The crazy thing about again, I'm doing Dallas next weekend, and the crazy thing about last year when I was there, by far, the biggest draw, like people standing in line to meet people, was anime voice actors.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be there again this year. So like I expected just to be packed over there. So like you would go to like regular celebrities and the lines would be, hit or miss or whatever. Like, Ric Flair was there and it was like, 20 people in line, but you go over the anime side and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people waiting in line to see those. So I bet that's probably, maybe they kind of do those specifically. They have more Star Wars stuff at like yours and maybe more anime stuff at ours. I don't know, but
yeah, they crazy. You just reminded me. So as far as Star Wars, they also had the lady that plays Bo-Katan.
Oh yeah.
So she was there, and then I forget the guy, his his name on the show, but he's the guy from Breaking Bad. He plays the evil guy.
Yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I know who you're talking about.
I just looked up his first name. Giancarlo Esposito is his real name. Oh, Moff Gideon. So
that's it. Yeah,
Moff Gideon was there, and Bo-Katan was there. So that was pretty. I wanted to do them, but I don't know. It was, price adds up when you start adding more and more people.
Well, the ones that I'm considering for my show is I'm going to meet Kevin Smith. That's one I've always wanted to meet. And then the other ones that I'm debating about is Hayden Christensen. Rosario Dawson's going to be there, and I think she'd be pretty cool to meet.
Yeah.
There's 4 members of the Office, including Rainn Wilson and some of the other characters. And then the one that I'm really debating about is Chevy Chase and the lady Beverly that played his wife in all the vacation movies. I just went blank.
Yeah, I remember we were speaking about
Christy Brinkley.
Okay,
Christy Brinkley, and then the brother, cousin Eddie. So like the 4 of them, it's $495 to take a picture with the 4 of them.
I think the cousin Eddie guy was at this convention as well. They also had a few people from the cast of Stranger Things. I think
Eddie,
yeah, the guy.
Eddie, and then the girl that got killed in the first part of the first episode, that cheerleader. I can't remember.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who that girl was. I even looked her up. I was like, I don't remember her on the show.
Yeah, I think she was only really in Chrissy. I think it was Chrissy was her character name.
I think that's her name.
Yeah, she was only in like one episode or something, and so it was, I don't know. I thought that I love that show, so it'd be really cool to meet them too. But it's like I'm trying to prioritize my money because.
Yeah. Sebastian I can't believe I forgot them too. Sebastian just brought up in the chat. Charlie Cox was there. Vincent I think he spelled it wrong. Was that's not his last name, is it?
He plays the bad guy.
Yeah, he plays Kingpin. He was also in Law and Order, Detective Unit. Who else was there? Yeah, there was a lot of people. They had a pretty decent lineup.
Superman's asking, Eric, does your daughter also enjoy collecting or just going to the cons?
Not much of a collector, but she is an artist, so she enjoys looking at the art and just walking around. And
there's so much art at these. I mean, we talked earlier, it's like a lot of them are like they're not like licensed, which I really, we've talked about this before at Comic-Con. Like we don't really know how they get away with that. Because there's way more of those artists, than there are licensed artists. But maybe that's how some people get discovered too. I don't know. Hey, Theodore, thanks for being here. In my experience, I found that voice actors are far more outgoing than film actors. They are a ton of fun to talk to. They seem to be. I mean, everybody that I've talked to has been really nice. In my experience, the booth is a better experience. You get to talk a little with the guests, and that's what I find too. Like I met the two actors from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. Johnny and also Kreese, John Kreese, and I can't remember their real names, but anyway, they were really great to talk to. I mean, it's still quick, it's still there's a line, and you're waiting, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
I watched a movie once called Brad. Shh. I thought we got rid of all the copies of that. No, nobody. Michael, trust me, nobody wants to see that. Hello, Rob. Last year at MegaCon in Orlando, I stood in line for 4 hours to meet Kevin Conroy. That set a new record for me. Wow, that's crazy. Because like whenever I met him in Oklahoma City, and it was like there was nobody there. Like I just walked up to him and took a picture and talked to him, and there was no line.
Same here.
That's crazy.
I mean, he had a line, but it was quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. Would love to meet Hayden. Love the prequel movies. Yeah, I mean it's. I think it was like 185. Is that what you paid?
Something like that, 180, 180. You know what I don't like about those professional photo ops? The background they use, it was like a bunch of clouds. Like at least maybe
and usually it's like most of the time it's like the logo of the expo.
Yeah, do something like a logo or like something Star Wars theme. I don't know, a bunch of clouds for a Star Wars picture.
So let me ask you. So you paid for the professional photo. Was he at a booth signing too? Like, did they have that also where you could have done the booth photo?
He was not doing booth photos, but he was doing booth autographs, which was already sold out.
Okay. I was just curious because there's sometimes I'm like, should I just go ahead and get the professional one ahead of time just in case? Because I don't know if they're going to do one at the booth, and I don't know. So I always wonder about that. Everyone I know that met Rosario Dawson had positive experience. That's great. I know with Ahsoka is coming up, I think it'd be kind of a cool time to meet her. Yeah. Dallas also has Charlie Cox, John Berthenthal, and Vincent Delafrino. I'm not sure if I had to say that.
Yeah, I think that's something like that. I don't know if that's his whole name though.
Yeah.
Delafrino or something like that.
Yeah, Dallas actually has a really good showing. I think it's one of the best ones. I actually looked at all the fan expos recently, and I was like, I feel like this is one of the better ones. I
gotta look it up.
Liam says a 1/3 scenario, Prime 1, Detective Comics 1000, Fabok, Batman versus Joker diorama, George Jimenez Joker Batsuit, all in one large display shelf. It'd look incredible, Liam.
Oh, he was spelling it right. Yeah, Vincent D. Onofrio.
Yeah. Kevin Smith's such a cool dude, Chris. I met him before at New York Comic Con. So he's always been like one of my dream people to meet. And I really want to meet him specifically because he was supposed to be there last year, but his mom got sick, or he was going to travel to meet his mom. And so he canceled on the show. So he is going to be there, at least hopefully. Fingers crossed he doesn't cancel this week. The stars seem to cancel the week of the show, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But
I hope to get him on Rogues one day. I said I hope to get him on Rogues one day. I was telling you at New York Comic Con. I have a friend that knows him, and he is, he has a shop out here, Secret Stash, in Red Bank, New Jersey. So
it would be just so awesome. It would be a dream guest for me for sure. But yeah, Sebastian, that's the main thing. Is Art Germ. Art Germ Lau is going to be there, and I've never met him, and so I've got 5 books for him to sign right now. I've been doing some eBay stuff. I've got some Vampirilla. I've got 2 Vampirilla covers. I've got a Punchline cover. I just picked one up this weekend, a Batman cover that he did. Something else. Maybe it was Mark Silvestri. I got a Silvestri cover, Kelly Jones cover variant. But anyway, I can't wait, especially to meet Art Germ. So hopefully Friday I'll meet him. If you make completely original art, not exactly copying another image, you can circumvent copyright in art in that manner. That's my understanding. That makes sense, Brad. I always wonder how it's like, I mean, they're literally right next to a DC booth or something. It's like, clearly there's a way to get around this stuff, and they're making money off the property. So, Awesome. I wish my kids would get into the art or enjoy going to conventions also. Never say never. You never know. I mean, sometimes it just takes one time. Doe, I was here too early and now I'm late. No, you're not late at all. We're just having fun here. Chris, I posted in the group this week of the Carnage Hot Toy figure, and today actually posed it next to. Oh, I actually saw that. It's big. I saw that picture, Lane. It's crazy. Chris Hayden doesn't do table photographs, and his autographs are all sold out, which were sold online. I believe he won't be on the floor, and the only way to meet him is having. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured for him. I know my son Ledger would really like to meet him, so we'll see. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, Sebastian. Another thing, Eric, let me kind of blow it up here. This is another thing we haven't talked about yet, but you spent some time at Charles's booth, Choice Fine Art.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him there. I was walking the floor, and I just had walked into the place, and I was doing some video footage, and I was like, oh, I see Charles's booth on my phone as I'm videotaping the place. So I was like, gotta stop there. It was the first place I stopped. Yeah, so this was one I was eyeing last year at New York Comic Con. My wife really liked it, and she's like, you should get that. And I was like, well, I have really nowhere to put it. I used to have a Justice League painting up there by Alex Ross, Absolute Justice. So I was like, I do like it, and I would like to get rid of the Justice League because my room has turned into all Batman. And I was like, the only way I would get it is if I can sell, the old painting, which is hard to do because it's a giant painting. It's actually bigger than this one.
Right.
And I was able to work out a deal with someone selling the old one. So yeah, I picked up this one, came home from the convention with it. So it was great. Yeah, this one's by Jim Lee. It's Batman 1000.
It's awesome. Very, very cool. Congratulations. I love that one. Again, I have trouble getting past the Robin.
I know he's the star of the painting. Yeah.
It makes me so mad because I love all the villains in it.
But if there's ever going to be one Robin, I do like Damian. I mean, I do have another Alex Ross painting on the other side. You guys probably seen it on video. Where it's like the Adam West style Batman and Robin's running right next to him with the the tight underwear on. So I do have other Robin paintings, but
and I'm right there with you. I like it. If there's one Robin I like, it's Damian. And so I don't know. I just think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. So congratulations. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this was his 75th anniversary painting. So it's like the Adam West style Batman with the blue, and then Robin's to the left of him.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then you got the Joker on the bottom, Scarecrows, a whole bunch of them on that villain.
It's really cool. And you guys, I haven't shared this with the group or anybody yet, but I purchased an original Jim Lee art sketch. I spent a lot of money on it, but it's really cool. I'm really excited to get it in. So I will definitely show everybody. But it is a Joker, an original Joker art sketch from Jim Lee. So I'm really excited about that, to add that to the Bat Bunker. I'm pondering if I should purchase the PCS Last Ronin Extreme Edition from Sideshow. However, I'm worried about the shipping price. Is there any way that I could figure out how much I'd be charged? I'm trying to think, like, if he puts it in his cart, does it tell him if it's in stock?
PCS Last Ronin from Sideshow.
I think it might. If it's in stock, it might.
If it's in stock, yeah.
So I think it's that one's shipping right now. So I think if you're pre-ordering something, it won't. However, like Prime One, if you order direct from them, they'll give you a quote. However, the quote could change, and oftentimes does. Sometimes it goes up by a lot, and sometimes it goes down a little bit, surprisingly. So you just never know. But if it's in stock, it should just put it in your cart. You don't have to buy it. Just put it in your cart, put in your information, and it should give you a pretty accurate quote on that.
And if you do happen to accidentally hit the buy it now button, I believe Sideshow gives you 24 hours to cancel.
They do. Yeah, that's right. Thank God.
Just in case.
I've actually used that a couple times, actually, where I've canceled in 24 hours. I kind of used to have buyer's remorse real quick, and they're like, oh, crap, yeah. Ryan Maiden, I used to watch Comic Book Men back when it was on AMC. Would love to go out there and check out the shop in person one day. Somebody asked, have you ever been to Secret Stash?
No, I used to watch that show all the time, and I'm originally from Staten Island, New York. I'm not a New Jersey native, so now I just moved to New Jersey, and it's not too far. It's about, I think, like an hour or 45 minutes away from me. So
you should do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, see, the thing is, when you go there, I don't think you see like all the original guys. It's probably just like other staff that's working there. But yeah, either way, it'd be cool to see the shop and all that.
Well, so there's a lot of drama this weekend that I can't talk about yet, but I'm debating now to go to New York Comic Con, and I know I put in my pro badge application. I know Eric did as well, and so fingers crossed we will get approved for that. I don't know for sure if that, because I have another commitment down in Florida the exact same week. So what I might do is I might split my week and do Florida and then fly from Florida to New York without my family, because they'd still be in Florida, and then, meet up with you guys. So I think that's what I'm going to maybe try to do, and take a full week of work off, and just try to make it happen, because I would really, I know George Jimenez is going to be there. I have now found out that Jason Fabok is going to be there.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, I emailed him personally, and he is going to be there. And so the pod is getting sweeter and sweeter to get there. So
I have
fingers crossed.
Feeling this is going to be a good year. They already announced. They never announced celebrities before a show, and they announced Chris Evans.
And they're big. They're big.
That's just the start. I'm excited to see what they do.
I don't know. It would be really cool to meet him. I think I really want to meet.
Like, we never get big names there. Like, the fact that they got, I mean, he doesn't play Captain America anymore, but it was a big name.
He's still Captain America.
Yeah. So
I would really like to meet Karen Gillian. I love her. I think she's awesome. So that would be really cool. So anyway, we'll see. Fingers crossed. But we'll have to make it a mission to, maybe if we have time, to make it out to Secret Stash.
Yeah, if you had the actual time, I would love to just take you for like a tour of all the comic book shops out here.
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be awesome. Ronaldo says, "Hey Chris, quick question. Would you know which Catwoman Anne Hathaway 1/6 or 1/3 to put as a companion piece for my 1/6 Dark Knight tumbler? Would look just right. I mean, if you have a 1/6 Dark Knight tumbler, I would say you probably get the 1/6 Bat Bike. I think that they'll pair up really nicely. There is some question. There's only been like one little video. I'm anxious to see more about the 1/3. So we'll see. But anyway, 1/6 is what I recommend. Kevin says, would love to meet Art Germ. Jealous. Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't seem to come around these kind of conventions very often. So I'm excited that he's going to be there. And he's not at any of the other ones. Like, that's what's weird. It's like, I don't know why Dallas is special, but
I'm glad I found him early. So when I discovered Art Germ, he was like, very popular, but for some reason he didn't have a huge con following as far as like guests coming up to his table. And I used to go to his table like 5 years ago, and there would be 2 or 3 people at his table, and you could sit there and talk to the guy for like an hour, and he was just so gracious just to have anybody show up to his table.
It's awesome.
So now he's doing big time, like the showroom floor, and
that's awesome. Liam, I'm very jealous. You get to meet Ian McDermott. That's like one of my dream people to meet. He's my favorite bad guy of all time, and so that's so awesome. Anyone else getting the Lego set tomorrow, or just me? Are you talking about the Batcave? Does it go up for pre-order tomorrow, Brad? I saw somebody, actually 2 people had videos of it already, like the brick set type of, videos. So man, I really want it. After I spent all the money on the Jim Lee yesterday, I don't know if I can spend any money on anything else, but I'd love to. And that's Jenny Freisen. Art print from Sideshow. It looks great. I haven't picked it up, but I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
The complete omnibus set of Jeff Johns Green Lantern runs arrives at my house today. Now I'm just waiting on the 1/3 Prime 1 Hal Jordan. Man, that piece is incredible. Both him and Sinestro had so much presence at San Diego. I was just blown away by them. They're super tall. Like, I hope you have a really tall space, because they're really tall, but they're really great. Hello, Apple Tree. Worth it to meet the Nexus of the Dark Side. Yeah, no kidding. I love it. Hello, JJQ. Can't go wrong with Jim Lee art. He's my favorite artist. I mean, that's the thing. I just felt like I needed to have an original. I do have a remark by him, but I because of the cost of this, I'm gonna have to sell that remark. So if anybody wants a Jim Lee Catwoman and Batman print with a remark of Batman on the bottom, signed by him, hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. It is up for sale. People are saying great print, Eric. Great print. Damon is also my favorite. Nightwing is cool. So Chris, I may be getting the bat tank from Snyder Cut from Prime One. Do you have any idea what the scale is of that? Man, I don't. There's some really great tour videos out there that kind of show it next to 1/3 scales, so it gives you kind of an idea. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was. Like it seemed really small. I mean, it's still small, but I don't know if it's like 1/10 or what. I don't really, or maybe 1/12.
Yeah.
I don't know if Prime One never says, but I mean, I think you'll be happy with it, Lane.
Yeah. The figure. The figure that stands on top of the tank looks extremely small. I'd probably display it without the Batman figure.
Yeah, and they also had the goons down there on the bottom all tied up, the mutants. So those were cool too. Liam says, how do you guys recommend getting prints framed? I know like Dan from Wayne Manor North, he uses like a online, he like
Art to frames.
Yeah, art to frame. And it's basically you put in the dimensions and you can customize your frame. I did my, what did I have framed? Was it my, I think it was my animated series print that I got, and it looks great. I mean, it looked really great in that frame. So I would recommend them. You can also take it to like Hobby Lobby or a art frame store that you have, and they'll do it for you. It tends to be a little bit more expensive. I'd rather just do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael's is always expensive. Like I've always been an advocate for art to frames. They're actually local to me. I've been, using them for like a decade, and the frames themselves are kind of like almost like like a particle material. It's not like a solid wood frame, but you would only know that if you like flip the frame around, looked on from the inside of it.
Yeah.
From the outside they look fabulous. So
I was really pleased with what I got from them. Superman says, how's the Bat Bunker work coming along? Has there been an estimated date of completion? I wish. I just did a video this weekend about, if you haven't seen it yet, kind of the update. He started texturing walls. He really wants to get to building the shelves on the sides. He's antsy. He actually had to help his brother with a deck project this weekend, so he didn't work at all this weekend. I'm hoping he starts back tomorrow. He comes after he works full time, so this is just his side hustle. So,
what made you go with the texture?
Do what?
The rest of your house textured like that with the ceilings and everything?
Yeah, it's okay. The ceiling's textured and the walls are textured. So we thought just he wanted to do it. I just said just do it smooth, and he's like, well, let me at least try it and see what it looks like, because we originally talked about the texture. But yeah, the whole house is textured like that. So we just thought, the thing is about that space, if it's ever not the Bat Cave, like it could be a theater room, it could be like, all the displays on the side, or the the built-in shelving could be, put books on it, or, whatever. So we just wanted it to be, especially for if we ever move, we want it to, not be something that's not sellable, so I think it was the right call to do the texture.
Okay. Yeah.
But again, hopefully sometime midsummer, I'm hoping. Chris Evans, Ewan McGregor, Fabok, and Jimenez already. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it's going to be one hell of a show. I think they've got like Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder. I mean, just all the names that are always there. I think they're going to be there. So
yeah,
I just feel like I have to make it work for New York. And we had such a freaking good time last year, hanging out with. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to see you again this year. If not, I'm going to try to make it. I'm going to try to make it to you if I can. My schedule.
Oh, here?
For the grand opening of the bunker.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say we're going to maybe try to have a little grand opening, so that'd be pretty cool.
Doing vacation early August, so if it doesn't fall into those dates, I'll try to make a flight out there or something.
Okay, that's awesome. That'd be a lot of fun. I know Dan's going to try to come, so that'd be really cool. Chris, today I received the Prime One Studio Batman Gotham. Oh, I love that piece. I wasn't shopping for it because of the scale, but got a very good price on it, so I had to pick it up. Very happy with it. I love that piece. I think it's really cool. I've actually had it in my cart like 7 times, but I always try to stick to my rule of not going smaller than quarter scale. But I love that book, and I love that cover. And I just think Prime One did a great job with it. I wish it had been quarter scale, and maybe that'd be a piece that they would revisit since they've already got it sculpted. I don't know. I think a lot of people would maybe pick that one up. Maybe.
Yeah.
Goes up for sale tomorrow. Oh, for VIP. I am not a VIP member, but hopefully it'll be available soon. But congratulations, Brad. I need to get that shipping quote for you too. I'll try to get that for you today or tomorrow. Lane Kramer with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Lane. And again, all the super chats go into the Bat Bunker project. So thank you guys again for that. It really does help. And Lane says, J&D teasing Reeves Superman woo. So is it going to be, are we going to be like, this looks nothing like Reeves, or are we going to be like wowed by it? What do you think?
Anything's got to be better than what we've been getting so far. I mean, come on. Somebody's got to get this right.
I hope so. I mean, that's the thing is, like, I feel like Sideshow's prototype looked phenomenal, and it looked better in person. I feel like, I mean, obviously the Sideshow piece is going to be hell of a lot better priced, more affordable, but who knows? J&D, people love them, and hopefully they won't have the droopy face. We'll see. Thanks again for the super chat, Lane. Ragged's Edge, those are awesome pieces. I think Sinestro looks awesome. Again, those two pieces were incredible. I would like to have Chris Evans' autograph. Yeah, it would be really cool. I can't even imagine how much his autograph probably is. I'm assuming that that'll be a hard to get ticket.
Yeah.
The blue collar worker. Good evening and blessings. Blessings to you as well. Happy Sunday. Where is the Superman love? There's definitely Superman love, but I'm a Batman statue collector, so it is what it is. If there is a piece that I would consider, I would definitely strongly consider the quarter scale Hush Superman. I just don't know. But that would be, if I was going to get a Superman piece, that's the piece I would get. But it's massive. Like, it's so tall. Like, it's so, even like compared to other, like, have you seen the pictures of Hush Superman next to like Detective Comics 1000? Like, it makes that one look tiny.
I remember you back in the day debating picking up the 1/3 Hush Superman. And we were like, no, it's just going to overpower your entire room.
Yeah. I mean, you have it. I mean, it's a big piece.
Yeah.
But it looks small next to Superman. So it's like,
I've seen him in person a few times. It's a big, the base is gigantically wide, just to keep him up in the air like that.
I don't think I've actually seen that one in person, to be honest. I don't think I have. Hey, Chris and Eric, since the larger studios aren't so willing to explore lesser known characters, example, Clayface, do you ever consider custom pieces? Why or why not? Actually, we just tackled this a bit on Rogues Gallery this week. I've got 2 customs on order. Just because I'm blown away by the art. It's not something I promote here on the channel, but I am excited about those pieces. I don't know. I mean, customs do serve a purpose, but at the same time, they're adding to the problem too, because they're oversaturating the market. So it's like, if the customs are doing Batman, just like every other company's doing Batman, it's like, it's slowly killing the market. When there's only a few companies out there, things were a lot better, but now everybody wants a piece of the pie, and it's just overwhelming, and the prices are too much. And so, I don't know.
Somebody made that comment on one of your videos, and like, because we're talking about oversaturation, and they're like, what about the customs? And we recently been discussing customs here and there, and I don't know. I always felt like they've been low edition size. I don't really follow the custom groups all that much. I don't own any customs, so I've always assumed they've been super low edition sizes. And then my argument as far as the custom groups goes is, I mean, look at somebody like Daniel Bell. He started off doing customs. Queen Studios started off as a custom, company on license. So it's a new way to discover new talent. But yeah, as long as they aren't taking money out of the pockets of the license companies too badly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the license companies don't like it because they had to pay an exorbitant amount of money for the license. So that's why they don't like that competition, because it's like, well, we did the right thing. We paid the money that, to make it legit. Whereas over here, you're not making it legit. You're just doing it on the side. And, art is art. You can go on Etsy and get anything that's not licensed. And, it's like, but it is what it is. And
I mean, as far as the commissioners are out to make money, but you have guys that want to learn how to paint and want to learn how to sculpt, and they want to learn how to sculpt like superheroes and stuff.
Well, and they're hiring real artists. I mean, they're hiring talented people.
You gotta work on custom pieces to do all that.
And some of the artists that have worked on licensed pieces also work on custom pieces. So it's like, it's just that they're needing a job. They're artists. It's like you got to keep working. Krispy Kreme Donuts says, I have the new Jenny Friesen Poison Ivy Sideshow print coming soon. She's also going to be in New York, which I'm excited about. And now that makes 3 in total. I need to get framed. What am I doing? It's just like anything. It's a domino effect. It's like you go down these rabbit holes. I started looking at all these CGCs. I bought a CGC book yesterday. I bought an original sketch from Jim Lee. I'm like, I spent some money yesterday, and it's like you start going down these rabbit holes. Like, I would like this one. I would like this one. I would like this one. Art's the same way. It's like, luckily we only have so many walls. Well, I know a lot of people though that like they keep them in a binder. Like they just keep they get sketches and stuff and they just keep them in a big binder. What would you recommend as good display cases? It really depends on what you are using, Omar, or what you collect. I personally recommend garage shelves, like the ones from Costco or Sam's. They have the holes covered up and they hold a tremendous amount of weight. I know Eric uses some IKEA cubes. And
I was going to do a video on this. So IKEA is absolute garbage when it comes to furniture. Their furniture is made from particle board. It's hollowed out and it's particle board. It crumbles. It's not made to hold a lot of weight, but it is cheap, and that's why everybody goes with it. And they do advertise it as bookcases. Whenever I see that question mentioned in the groups, I always mention Wayfair. Wayfair has, like, if you go on Wayfair and type in like bookcase or something, I'll show you an example. The one that my Fabox on. Did I just zoom in? I didn't even know I could do that. All right, so nice looking stand. And I got my detective on there. That's from Wayfair. I don't know, it was like $100, $150, something like that. A lot stronger than IKEA, and it looks nicer than IKEA's furniture. So yeah, go on Wayfair. I think somehow I just zoomed in, unless you zoomed in. Did you zoom in on me?
I did.
Oh, I thought maybe I discovered a new trick on my camera.
No, you were. Yeah, I zoomed in. I figured people could see it a little bit easier.
Okay. Yeah, Wayfair. Check it out.
You guys Diablo fans are going to play Diablo 4? I've never played it, so I don't even know what it is. I'm not sure if Eric does.
Some type of game.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't play it.
Do you guys remember which company had the Gotham City Siren statue teaser? Haven't had a statue. I've been more excited for a while. Are you talking about the custom that's based on J. Scott Campbell's? With like band cheerleader Harley or whatever that is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking about. Super bad love again.
Same comment.
JJQ, I still debating about San Diego now. I've got some news from this weekend that hasn't been released publicly yet. So I'm not 100% sure about San Diego. But now I may be trying to do New York. I might do both. We'll see. Will you run out of room in your current cave while waiting on the bat? Oh, I've got statues all over the floor. I have literally no room left in this room. I've got everything on the floor, boxes on the floor. I was hoping to be out by now. It's not the case. I really thought I would be in the bunker in the spring, but it is what it is. And so, yeah, I have no room. Lewis, what's up? Hello to you. Thank you again for being a member. We got 121 people watching right now. Thank you guys for being here on a Sunday night. Chris, I'm seriously considering Infinity Studio The Dark Knight Joker. Several vendors still have it in stock. Do you recommend that piece? Again, this is my creepy Joker on my chair over here. Again, he's so heavy I can't move him by myself. So he's just lounging. But yes, I absolutely recommend him. Right now I'm considering getting the Infinity Studios Catwoman instead of the Batpod to go with him, and maybe the Christian Bale bust. Though, just do those 3, but we'll see. I recommend them. If Sideshow did a Gaslight piece, it'd pair nicely. Oh, I would love that. I mean, I love that Spider-Man Noir. To me, it feels like a Batman piece anyway. I would love to see that. Agrees with Eric. Cavill J&D is not the one. Well, I guess we'll see. Hopefully, I'm assuming we'll see it this week. J&D is getting better with their pieces, but the overall prices are wild. I haven't bought a J&D piece quite yet, but never know. I think their Mara is really good. I think that's one of their best ones so far. Their Wonder Woman looks really good. I don't know. J&D hates me because we've been a little critical here on the channel, but there are positives. I just feel like there hasn't been one that I feel like has been perfect enough for me to buy. I just, and I see a lot of them for sale in the buy sell trade groups. So I don't know.
I feel like the time is coming though. Somebody's gonna get it right, and I don't want to go into too much info, but now's the time to make it happen.
Yeah. Could you picture J&D doing a Keaton piece? It'd be insane. I'm shocked they haven't done it yet, because it seems like everybody in their dog has a Keaton license now. How is Jeff M doing? I've been missing him on here. So yeah, we missed him on Wednesday as well. He actually had he's doing some summer school activities, and so he's was just wiped from that day. So hopefully we'll be able to get him on the next show. I know you guys are missing him just like we are, but he's doing well. All right. 100%. Legendary Beast is going to be incredible. I would consider the 1/4 scale Hush Superman for sure. Who is my favorite Avenger? Iron Man for me.
Same. Specifically, I love the classic Iron Man suit.
Yeah. Even in Jim Mint's room, the Superman Hush takes the stage. I love my Hush Superman. Cannot wait for Superman versus Doomsday 1/3. It's an incredible piece. We just featured it on the channel recently. It makes me really excited about the Batman versus Joker, or the Fablock piece where he's swooping in. Cannot wait. To be fair, that Superman Hush is Batman adjacent. It is true. I mean, he would fit in the collection. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to spend $2,000 or whatever it is for him now. Hello, Chris and Eric. I hope you're both having a great weekend. Same to you. Hope you're having a great Sunday, and hope you guys all have a great week coming up.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Chris. My question is for Eric. I was for a 1989 Spider-Man issue 316 and 317. I'm not sure what the question is there.
1989 Spider-Man. I would have to look those up. I don't even know what that is. I mean, I was a Spider-Man collector, but...
Yeah, Ronaldo, ask your question in a different way.
316 and 317.
Salad says, customs are interesting since it used to be about doing the niche characters, but now people are doing them and no one buys them and just buys the custom Wolverines. That's the thing is that was what was great about that market, is that if you wanted a character that's never been done, that would be where they would step in. But now they're doing all the main characters, and they're doing Harley and Batman and Joker, and it's like, well, we already have that, and so it is what it is.
Okay.
Eric S. Secret Sanctuary videos from Monster Palooza were pretty awesome for Tweeterhead. Yeah, it's a great booth. Did feature David Igo in that, which is great. We were big fans of him, and the Tweeterhead booth looked phenomenal. Did you see that? I don't know. It's the monster. I can't think of his whatever they're calling him. The green monster.
That
Tweeterhead.
The water one, like the
yeah. It's not the He-Man, but kind of it's like He-Man.
Something something.
But did you see the new portrait, that alternate head?
I think so. I watched Jeff's videos last night.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember if it was in that video. I feel like it might have been, but he had like all the teeth. Like, it looked really good. And I know Dave's been really integral as part of that project as well. So really good stuff coming from Tweeterhead.
Yeah, Jeff, guys, check it out. Secret Sanctuary. Jeff covered the entire Monster Palooza event.
Yeah, right here. So yeah, Secret Sanctuary on YouTube. He's got maybe 4 or 5 videos up right now. I don't know if he's going to do any more. Do you have any videos up yet for your weekend?
I did Fan Expo. I released it this morning, and
okay.
I know with Jeff's video, the only thing that wasn't on display was Blade. Supposedly it had breakages with the prototype.
No, that's too bad. But I didn't see Ant in his video, so I don't know if he was there or not. But yeah, definitely check out those videos, and check out All Things Art as well for Eric's tour. I didn't know you posted it today. I've been I was in Kansas City all day. Just got back home recently because my son had a baseball tournament all weekend. So we got to the finals, and we lost 4-3. So it was a close game, but so we got to come home a little bit early.
Yeah, I was trying to get some video. I got a Queen Studios Civil War Spider-Man repair video out. The same review you did for the Pattinson Batman by Prime One. I just put up, and today I put up the Fan Expo. Tour.
And that's Billy's, right? Billy's.
Yeah, that was his piece.
That's cool. Is he I'm assuming he's going to come to New York. Would be my guess.
Yeah, he's local to me. Like I said, if you ever come out to New York, I would love to bring you to his house. He has a huge display of like both Marvel and DC.
That'd be cool. I'd love that.
Giant busts, everything. Like you think of it, he has it.
It'd be awesome. I know you've got your tickets to the Flash, right? I don't have mine, but yeah, Eric's got his. Actually, Eric's already saw it.
I saw the director's cut that was missing a few scenes, supposedly.
What do you guys think of the Tweeterhead Wonder Woman? I have her on pre-order. I really love it. I think it's great. And that's another one that's 6 scale and quarter scale as well. So I love how tall, I mean, she's holding the staff up tall, and I think she's great.
Yeah.
Since from Prime 1, we are delayed in superhero announcements. What do you think we might see as their next DC announcement at some point this year? So I've been told, again, that this could change, but I've been told right around San Diego Comic-Con time is when we'll see the next level event. However, temper your expectations because they are going to drastically cut back on the DC because people are not buying. And so I think they're going to really go back and kind of think, what do I want to do with this? You're going to see more video game and anime stuff, probably this next level, unless people start buying again. That's the thing is we've got to buy. I think quarter scale is going to be a big focus for them because it's a better price point. So maybe more people are willing to buy, and less people are buying third scale. And we can tell that because the ESs, even the quarter scale ESs, have been slow.
I know. I was about to say, even like Sideshow's having a tough time getting.
Everybody's having a tough time. And so there's some companies that are really starting to hurt, and so they're not going to take the risks. Like Prime One will not do a Two-Face or a Riddler, or they're not going to do that. They're not going to take any risk right now. Now watch, the first thing they'll show is a Riddler. It's like, but this is just what I'm hearing on, again, I have a lot of behind the scenes conversations with companies, and that this is just what they're telling me, that they're not going to take the risks right now, that they believe me, they want to take the risks, they want to, but at the end of the day, if they're bleeding money, they're not going to take the risk.
Yeah. Please do Riddler before you retire from one.
I know, that's the thing. That's right.
Or anything.
Yeah. Well, this is why I have a lot of hope for Legendary Beast Studio, because they're very optimistic in what they're going to be doing, and they're doing it right now in a really tough time. So, if there's going to be a company that brings us a Riddler, I think it's going to be LBS. Since companies won't produce as many pieces from DC, Marvel, and the like, what do you think they'll make pieces? Do you think they'll make pieces from Kevin Conroy's body of work in the future? Should I just get the latest Arkham statue? I have heard rumblings, and I'm not going to say from where, but I've heard rumblings that there could be, possibly some animated series pieces coming down the pike. And I think that would do really well. I think there's still a lot of animated series love. I think there's a lot of people out there that love that might not necessarily be high-end collectors. I think that if they do like a middle of the road type, like Diamond Select had all those busts, those sold very, very well. Some of them are hard to find. So, I know Dan just spent a ton of money buying and selling his collection. And it's, they're fun to collect. So I think Kevin Conroy specifically, we might get some animated series stuff. And I think that I doubt we're going to get a lot of Arkham. I think that chapter is dead. I think Arkham City Harley is going to be your last chance. Batman Detective Comics 1000 got lucky to get to buy it off Sideshow Seconds, and man, worth every penny. Thank you guys for the review. Absolutely. Again, that's a piece I cannot recommend more. Spoiler alert, it was my number one. It has become it's the piece that I say now that if my house was on fire, that's the piece I'd grab. Same here. It'd take 3 of us to get it out the damn door. Because before it was the Batman bust and I could just, carry it. But I've got so many pieces that I love, but that piece I would want to save because I just feel like it doesn't get more iconic than the way that piece looks. That would make a great coffee table. Are you talking about Eric's stand? Maybe, I'm not sure. D-tops are like the only thing I'd use from IKEA. And they're good for quarter scales, but not for big, heavy things. That was Iron Studios, I believe, for the Sirens. I have no idea what piece that would be. Not sure.
Me either.
I think it was Iron Studios that teased the Sirens, unveiled at the convention last. Is that the one, Julia, where they kind of just showed like a drawing of them? Maybe. I'm not sure. I use Menards closet organizer shoe shelves. That's cool. We do have a Menards in our hometown, so maybe I'll have to go check those out. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you helping out in the chat. Say if we don't know, I'm glad you guys know. So thank you again, guys, for being here. 131 of you watching right now. We're an hour in. I don't know if you can still stay a little longer, Eric.
Yeah, I'm good for tonight. Yeah.
Okay. So we might as well keep going a little longer. Bull's like, hey, Chris, I'm working to collect a Justice League set from Tweeterhead, but just wanted to ask, has Chad mentioned anything about a Hawk Girl? It would be cool to see a Justice League lineup, Ultimate Justice League Ultimate lineup. I have not heard specifically him say anything about Hawk Girl. I think anything's on the table. Again, it really depends on how well other characters are selling. Like, it'll depend on how well Two-Face is selling. Again, I can't share that here publicly, but it's really, people just have to buy. They have to buy right now in order to get some of these other characters. But I know specifically that Tweeterhead has some things up their sleeve that they haven't announced that I think people are going to be really excited about at a really nice price point. So stay tuned, guys. He almost looks like he's in a therapy chair. I'm not sure who. Oh, is it? Or maybe the Joker? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Regarding customs, I wouldn't even know where to look. Do they have websites or it's word of mouth? There are Facebook groups. Again, I'm not going to promote them here right now at this time. But if you search, you can find them.
I mean, I follow statue groups on a daily basis, and I can't find half of them.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of hidden groups out there. But again, I just don't promote that here on the channel. A waitlist converted, so I pulled the trigger on a Wow print from Sideshow. Decided to go HD aluminum route. So excited! Have you seen any of those in hand? The aluminums. I'm curious as to how they look.
I have not seen anything like as far as like what Sideshow sells, but they are huge at the conventions. Like, I'm pretty sure they had them at New York too. When
I feel like Charles had some that were maybe like that shiny kind of, yeah.
It's like the new thing, like the metal prints, and I see a lot of what do you call it? Where it where the image changes when you look at it.
Yeah, lenticular.
Yeah, lenticular cover type thing on the metal, but it's on the metal too.
That's cool.
So yeah, that seems to be very popular. I mean, it's not something I would be into, but I think it looks cool. I just feel like it's too flashy. Like, I like in my room, like if I had a metal print on the wall, I think it'd be just too distracting.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. I want just the print looking like the print. I don't want anything special. Hey Chris, did the Catwoman PF arrive safely? She did, and I'm so sorry. I opened her up Thursday night, but I had to leave Friday morning for Kansas City because again, we were there. It's a 3-day tournament. So we had to keep playing. We had to keep winning to keep going. So we made it to Sunday, and I do apologize. So yes, it absolutely came through. I opened her up. She looks great. And thank you again. I'm referring to I repurchased the Catwoman premium format that's on the Gargoyle on the taller stand, and I am selling my newer version of her. So if anybody is interested in looking, I've got a great price point on her. The Batman Statue Collector at gmail.com. So again, that's the modern premium format. So yes, thank you very much. Again, you did a great job shipping her. Thank you for cutting me a great deal. I have not yet. But I might this week. Again, that was my plan before I purchased the Jim Lee art. So we'll see. I have 4 J&D. I really love them, but I agree they are around $800 overpriced, and they are about to announce Christopher Reeve Superman. It's nice to hear from J&D collectors because usually they get really mad whenever you critique them in any way. And so I'm really glad that you love them. And I'm glad that you feel like they're a little bit overpriced. Especially, but I mean, we don't know they're on their end of what it takes for their license and things like that. So they might be passing it on. But I'm glad that you like them, Cosmic Fortress. That's great. Not Batman related, but I'd love to see someone make a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Are you amazed they haven't? Yeah. Like, I can't believe it. Maybe he's a hard license to get. Maybe I'm not sure.
I never thought about that. Yeah, but yeah, there's never been one made. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Cosmic Fortress, $10 super chat. Thank you very much again. This all rolls right back into the Bat Bunker project, guys. Again, we're looking at around 17 grand for that project. So every penny does help, and I really appreciate you guys helping me out with that. Really, it just means a lot. Again, never feel like you need to, but it is appreciated greatly. So thank you, Cosmic Fortress. Yeah, I mean, even Iron Studios, I just can't believe it.
Yeah,
we were talking earlier about Gilman.
Yeah.
Gilman is the name of that. So yeah, sorry. Obviously, I'm way behind on the chat. Yikes! Sorry, guys. I feel the argument about custom versus license, but custom puts out better variety of different characters versus licensing putting out the same old Batman, Spider-Man. You know, a lot of times, Cola Man, that's because that is what will guaranteed sell money. Although nowadays it doesn't guarantee money anymore. Batman used to guarantee, Superman used to guarantee, Harley used to guarantee. Now, if you're seeing ESs of 100, whew, that's brutal. And so it really goes to show you a lot of things. So also, I've heard from companies that, like, if it's a DC license, DC says, hey, we want you to do these characters. So, you know, again, some of the behind the scenes conversations I've had, it is terrifying, the control that some of these companies have over the statue companies. And so actually I did a rant video. I filmed it last week, and so it'll come out hopefully soon, where I talk about the very topic. So stay tuned. Monster Myths, Creature, the Black Lagoon. So is Merman? Oh, Merman is from He-Man.
He-Man, yeah.
So this is kind of like a myth, like their own representation of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, it was close to it, but not exactly.
Creature
of the Black Lagoon. Yeah.
But it is very similar to Merman. That's why I thought it was surprising that they would do that.
Yeah.
At the same time, Merman's coming out.
Yeah, that's what Delaney was saying too.
Yeah. Have you ever met Mark Silvestri? Yes, actually I did. And I just got a new cover from him. It was a Kelly Jones cover variant that I'm going to have him sign. So yes, Mark Silvestri, he actually did a panel in New York, and then he did a booth, which I wasn't expecting him at all. I didn't even know who he was. And then was like, wow, he's done a lot of amazing work. And he was actually really cool to talk to. We took photos with him, and I bought an art print. So it was cool.
Yeah. Same way. It wasn't a name that registers right off the bat, but I've known his work for so long, and I just never put the two and two together. And then now I see his work all the time. I'm like, oh, that's the guy I remember from New York Comic Con.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Just looked at Detective Comics 1000 versus Hush Superman Sculpted. Absolutely. Again, both great pieces. Eric, you big goon. Great Philly pictures. Did you run up the rocky stairs and yell, Adrian? Yes, you did. I was going to say, I saw the picture. Yeah, you have to do that, right?
You know why? My wife's name is Adrian, so I've had to do that.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I was going to say, is there anything more Philadelphia than that? I mean, that's like a rite of passage. You have to do it.
And I have some disappointing news. The stairs were a lot easier to run up than I expected. I ran up those stairs so quick. I feel like I could have beat Rocky.
You weren't even winded. That's great.
Although Rocky did run around the neighborhood a few times.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I just only started from the bottom of the stairs and ran up. So,
let's see. Max Agorn's Secret Sanctuary video got covered. Just got here. Yes. So Secret Sanctuary did do a video of the event, and we've talked a little bit about that. So if you missed it, check out Secret Sanctuary. Hello, everyone. I have watched your review numerous times on the Limit Studio Joker bust because I have one coming in also. Would you say it met or surpassed your expectations? I think it exceeded because I was really scared because I had never bought anything from Limit Studio. I think the quality was really good. I did end up selling it. So, I mean, I know the timing is not that great. I sold it because it's so big. It's really tall, and it's way taller than anything else in my collection. And I feel like it would overpower everything. And that's not really the direction I want to go. If I'm going to do busts, I'm most likely going to do the Infinity busts, like maybe 2 or 3 of them. But I don't really want to do, like, I'm even questioning whether I'm going to keep these busts, the Batman and Joker, in the new cave or not. I just don't know if they'll fit and if they'll work. So we'll see. I'm going to kind of play around with it. I'm not going to sell those yet, but I think you're going to absolutely love the Joker bust. I thought it was awesome. Someone needs to do the Monarch of Menace 1/3. I'm not sure what that is. Do you have any idea? Monarch or Menace?
No. I don't know if we got up to the Spider-Man question, but I did look that one up.
No. It is crazy to see how no one is buying. So Prime One keeps doing all these low ESs like 100 when they've canceled so many pieces with more sales than that. I think some of the cancellations is because of factory issues. It wasn't because they didn't sell it or they didn't want to sell it. Is because there was a factory problem. So I think that they was just probably cheaper just to scrap it. So we don't always have the insight to this information. This is just stuff I've heard kind of secondhand. And so,
I think they did say publicly regarding the Arkham Ivy, they couldn't just find the factory that wanted to do it at the time. It was during COVID, and
yeah, so it was just bad timing. I mean, they have the file. If they want to put her back out, they could. So it's just a matter of if they think they can even sell 20 of her.
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah, even with these ESs of 100, I think that might be too many. They're sitting on low stock for a while, and it's like they can't even sell 100.
It's just crazy. Do you think the cape on the Batman versus Joker Fabox statue will be plastic or polystone? I think it'll be just the same as this stuff.
Yep.
It better be. I mean, I love this cape. This cape was perfect, and I don't know how they incorporated it into the polystone because it's all seamless.
Yeah.
But whatever they do, I'm for it. If it makes it lighter in shipping, because I don't have to worry about this breaking ever.
Yep, it's got to be.
Yeah. It would make sense for the companies to take the risk and do newer statues during this time. If they are talking about oversaturation, then why not try something with a little less made? Why do you think the Penguin's coming out from Sideshow, guys? You think that was by accident that they're waited till now? I mean, I would assume, knowing how Sideshow works, I bet they've had that Penguin for a couple years in development.
Yeah, any statue that they're making, they are working on these things years in advance, waiting for approvals, doing sculpts, paint and this and that. It's before we get to see it, it was already been in the works for 2 years.
So yeah, why is it the right time? Because guess what? They haven't done a Penguin. So again, I don't know how he's selling. We haven't had an ES yet. I'm hoping he's doing really well. And I'm hoping that means like Sideshow's like, oh crap, Penguin sold really well. Let's do a Riddler now. Like that sort of thing. Hopefully those are the conversations they're having. Notice they haven't released a Batman in a bit. I mean, it's obviously the Dark Knight one. But I haven't heard anything about a new Batman coming out or a new Harley. It's like, this is usually the time where they keep pumping them out. But
yeah,
I think this is the time. I agree. I think it's time to do the new, focus on the new, focus on low ESs, get some money in your bank, flowing again. And even though it's not the 5,000 that you used to sell,
yeah,
you get what you can take right now because you just want to stay afloat.
Even with the Riddler, like we just said, if they were going to do it, they've already had it in the works for about a year. Even like with the movie pieces, they get the advanced footage to the files early. They know things that we don't know ahead of time about the movies, and they get to work before we even know about it. So,
yep. I wish Prime One would have produced the Grail statue. That's a great example of one they canceled. I was hoping they'd get her, but they canceled the statue, sadly. But I have to understand because not many people know her and might have not sold well. I feel like out of all the ones,
that Deadshot was nice too.
Yeah, the Deadshot. I mean, that was a piece that I wasn't going to buy, but after they canceled it, I'm like, well, crap, maybe I should have. It's like that sort of thing. But also, I would have probably been disappointed if they canceled them and I bought it. So, I don't know. That was a character I don't really know very well. So I am disappointed about Grail. I think she looked great.
Yeah.
Spot on with Detective Comics 1000 versus Hush Superman sculpted over. I'm not sure what you're asking, Liam.
I think he's just agreeing that the Hush Superman is bigger than the 1000.
Oh yeah. I see. Overshadows massively. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just misunderstood. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see what Legendary Beast does with other Justice League members like Green Lantern and the Flash. I mean, I think they're planning on doing all of them. So stay tuned, guys. Yeah, thank you. I see what you're saying, Liam. Thank you. I wish someone would do a first season animated series, Batman in quarter scale. Man, that'd be incredible.
What scale was the animated series pieces that Sideshow did? Was that quarter?
Like fifth?
Or was it? Yeah, it was.
It was it was kind of a bizarre scale. I think it was like fifth.
Yeah, it was fifth. Okay.
Chris, do you think that Legendary Beast will pair nicely with the Prime One Studios Talon? I've looked at Sideshow's art print of the Court of Owls, and it looks close to the Batman in that print. So I think that Legendary Beast, from what I've seen so far, I think it will pair very nicely with Prime 1. It's going to be tough because sometimes Prime 1 overscales. Like Queen Studios tends to kind of underscale. So I don't know for sure because I have never had a Legendary Beast statue in my collection. Jeff Delaney has 3, and he says that he thinks that they will pair very well. Again, what I've seen is going to be great. I think you're going to see more museum type poses from Legendary Beast. I don't think maybe like I think of that Captain America by them. It feels very stiff. Like it's very stiff, rigid, standing straight up. I mean, there's no really movement to him. I think there'll be a little bit more movement than that on some of these DC pieces. From what I've seen render wise, I think people are going to be very, very happy. But I don't think it's going to be so insane that you're going to have to worry about leaning or something real dynamic. Julia says yes, that was it. It was something in someone's convention footage from an unveil. Yeah, I think that's exactly the one I'm thinking of too, Julia. So thank you very much. So I think it was just like a photograph. It was kind of like a blurry picture of a screen, if I remember correctly. So hopefully we'll see more. I love the Detective Comics 1000 Fablock piece, but I chose to get the Lightning statue and Batman versus Superman. Yeah, great pieces. Great pieces, Ragged Edge. I was talking about a binder of art prints. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool way to collect and preserve the art. I'd rather see it though on the wall. I mean, if you're gonna have art, I'd rather see it. With all these actors and actresses being there, you definitely need to go. I'm hoping to, Fred. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Fablock. Almost thought that was a hot girl. hot girl, yeah. Hey, hot girl statues sell pretty well. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I'm still trying to figure out a way to bring that Vampirilla statue into my house without getting killed. So we'll see. Definitely a hot girl statue. Chris, you're picking up a few straggler pieces you passed on previously, like the Joker Dragon. I'm curious what other passed on pieces you've been eyeballing. I'm always looking, I'm always looking at things like, should I have bought that? And like I mentioned on Rogues Gallery the other night, I'm kind of to the point now, I'm hearing that 1/3 scale there won't be as many from Prime 1. And so I'm like, okay, which Prime 1 should I get? Because if there's, that I might regret down the road. Yeah, right now I'm probably pretty happy with where I'm at. I've got a number of pieces. I think I've got like 10 more Prime 1 pieces coming. That are all 3rd scale. I am debating about some 1/4 scale ones from them as well. I mentioned the other night the Dark Knight Returns 3. I was looking at that CGC cover today, so thinking I might maybe get that statue. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. I would love Sideshow to make a Superman statue to complement their Doomsday statue that came out a few years ago. What Superman 1/4 scale statue do you think would pair well with it? Yeah, the one that Delaney has is really great. I still think their classic Superman. I used to have that piece, believe it or not. Back when I first started collecting. I don't know if very many people know that because I think I sold it before I even started the channel. But I had that original piece. And I like the newer version too. I'm surprised that they haven't done a newer Superman though, lately, other than the Christopher Reeves one. Stanley says, I have a chance to buy the Batman Batcave Deluxe version for $700. Do it. Stanley,
somebody was selling one for really cheap in the group.
I saw somebody trying to sell a Mr. Freeze today, Prime 1 for $400.
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Here's the thing, guys. If a deal is too good to be true, Batman Detective Comics 1000 for $700 seems to be. Oh no, this would be the Hush one, right? That seems $700 seems a little bit too good to be true. Here's the thing: I would definitely always recommend this. Ask them to film a video with today's date. Show the item to you, and your name. If they're not willing to do that, pass. Do not take a photo.
Yeah. I agree. This sounds very good to be true, but if it's the one I'm thinking about, I do believe it was someone very trusted, and I forget if he didn't have the boxes or something. There was some type of situation, and he was just moving it very cheap.
Okay, if that's the case, and again, Eric brings up a great point. Just ask in the groups. If you see one for sale, ask in the groups and say, "Hey, is this guy okay?" And if there might be some very valid reasons why he's doing it for 700. If I sell mine's got a lien, so I'm going to sell it real cheap. If I do, I know I'm going to take a loss, but maybe somebody can repair it. Chris, I'm hoping that Sideshow will do a new Killer Croc to go along with the Penguin. I think Killer Croc could do really well if they do a really kind of a bigger version, kind of like a Bane size. I think he could do really well. Hey, Chris, evening to you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Sorry to hear about the store. Hopefully you have some good news coming your way, but I'm sorry to hear that, man. Did Eric like the Comic-Con? Did he meet any artists? Yeah, we actually kind of covered all that earlier, but was there any artists that you met? I didn't feel like there was any big enough name that you knew that you really were interested in.
I did not stop at one artist, an artist alley. I just focused on the vendors and walking around. And it was one of my most enjoyable conventions as far as, I want to say smaller, but it was actually pretty decent sized. So yeah, awesome. I had a good time.
I wish Sideshow would communicate and commit to a premium format lineup, maybe Batman New 52, for example, with a release schedule and provide multiple payment options. Jim, we've been asking that for years. Sometimes companies do a good job with it. Sometimes they don't. The bad thing is if they promise 12 statues and they only bring out 5, that does damper things quite a bit, but I would love to see them announce everybody they're going to do, because then that way you can plan ahead. Liam wants to know what's on your next buy list. Eric, do you have something that's
as soon as somebody releases a 1/3 Riddler or a 1/4 Riddler or a 1/3 Scarecrow, I already have a 1/4 Scarecrow. Riddler and Scarecrow are my top 3. Joker, Scarecrow, and Riddler. So I'm waiting for somebody to release some 1/3, Riddlers and Scarecrows.
Be awesome. This is something I definitely want to do in New York. That's in Brooklyn, right?
It's in Philadelphia. That's where I just came from.
No, the Joker stairs.
Oh, the Joker stairs. Oh, yeah, that's in the Bronx.
I'm sorry, I misread that. But you're talking about the Joker stairs. I really want to do that. Yeah, yeah. I want to do the Rocky stairs and the Joker stairs for sure.
Yeah, I haven't been to the Joker stairs yet. I was very close to going, and then I decided to go home instead.
Yeah. Met Mark Silvestri about 15 years ago. Nicest guy, doing a sketch for me. Dropped his pencil and engaged us in a conversation. That's awesome. I say he was really friendly to us. I mean, I thought he was a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's pretty chill and relaxed dude.
Billy Rios in the house. Let me know when you guys want to come down. My wife is Italian and likes to make big. Oh, I love Italian food. So I'm sold, Billy. That's for sure. Give me some chicken parm any day of the week. I'll eat that. I love it. But that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd say that. Hopefully we can make that work. Again, I don't know how much.
That's the collection I wanted you to say. Yeah, I'm just inviting people to Billy's house. I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna say just randomly. So sorry, Billy, we're just coming over. We're crashing no matter what. I'm worried because if I do split up that week, if I'm like half Florida, half New York, that means probably my New York is going to have to be really condensed. It's probably going to have to be like a 2-day trip. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Tobey Maguire is rumored to be the person Michael Cera's character was in the movie Molly's Game. I don't know what that is.
Me either.
I'll start buying Sideshow again once they start doing Samurai Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
I went the extra mile.
That's right. The Monarch of Menace is a very obscure Batman villain from the 80s. Well, now I've got to find out who that is. That's fantastic. I'm sold. I want any new Batman villain. I'll buy any new Batman villain. You know who I really want? Professor Pig. Yes. I want Professor Pig. I want a Dr. Hugo Strange. I would love some of those that we never ever will get. But
put him in a movie, Professor Pig.
Oh, I would love that, man. Just even on Gotham, they were awesome.
Yeah.
I just saw Geo from Rad Titan Custom King Shark and other DC Customs. They look phenomenal. Just saying, I saw that video as well, and I thought it looked cool. I know he's real happy with it. I am still in on the Joker bat suit from Prime 1. I know Eric is still, at least right now, he's still in on it. Dan just canceled his. I predict, I think that's going to be a piece that Dan cancels and then gets anyway. Do you get that vibe too?
Wouldn't be the first. He did with Talon. So.
I know. But and he's got a very, very valid reason to panic because he's got a very limited space. He's got a vision of what he wants, where he wants it. But sometimes these pieces come in and are like crap. Now, I mean, we might get it in and like, he might be right. It's like, wow, it's way too blue. It's shiny. It's way too, I don't care. Like for me, it's like, I just like the art. And I'd rather get it in and worry about it later than that, especially with the really low ES. And I love it. I really wish it would be in by the time I meet George Jimenez, though, because that'd be really cool to have something. Although, I could maybe get some of these.
You gonna get that signed?
Batarangs or so. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna have signed. I'm gonna have something signed. Maybe like one of the punchline bases.
That's too small. Yeah.
The punchline bases would be really great. I'd have to figure out something. The problem with the Joker base is like even if I could take off the reels, but everything on the Joker base is attached.
Yeah, now that you told me Fatbox gonna be there, I gotta get some Fatbox stuff ready, Jimenez stuff ready. I gotta start thinking what I'm bringing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got to really plan ahead. At least that's what he told me. So we'll see. It hasn't been officially announced yet. You guys have a great night. See you guys again in the next video. Hitting the like button on the way out. Thank you guys very, very much. Again, we've almost got an hour and a half, so I'll probably start to wrap it up here. So again, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you being here. If I didn't get to your question, I do apologize. But again, had a really great time tonight. Eric, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've got a lot of content coming up. I know Eric's got some stuff on his channel, so definitely check out All Things Art. Definitely check out Secret Sanctuary if you haven't done that for all of that convention footage. I should have some footage up sometime soon for the Nevada convention or the Arizona convention. And what else am I forgetting? Anyway, got a lot of content coming up for you guys this week. The Joker Dragon review is finally going to go up. I've had that done for about 2 weeks. So I had like 15 or 16 videos on deck. I've just been working nonstop on these videos. So stuff's coming out, guys. Thank you for watching every day. I really appreciate it. And again, like he said, please hit the like button on the way out. And we'll see you soon in the back. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight, guys.